So Vadi, no 2 versus 2 for you.
You know, if the bases were shared, I would enjoy it a lot more because I'm more of a macro enjoyer. You know.
Well, if you can macro hard, 2 versus 2 is definitely your game, especially if you have a good Zerg ally that doesn't die.
Yeah. I did play with another Swede, and we got to like B+ on Isaac or something, and then it was like the only team left was like Nissi and whoever he was played with, and we were like, okay, this is too much. We just got spanked. So
yeah, if you're playing against Nizzy, that's the cream of the crop right there, especially in on Europe server. But yeah, Nizzy, I haven't heard from him. Hopefully he gets onto shield battery one of these days. But yeah, we're gonna have Bobo here spawn in the bottom left position. Zerg player in the let's just call that black.
Yeah, Bobo, by the way, is the other name for Jiren here. Also, we got cross positions. What I mean by that is that the team has his own, like everyone has his ally cross position from himself. Which is going to make it even more awkward than normal, because even more 2v1, even more counter-attacking, stuff like that.
Right. Yeah, so it's going to be it's going to be a cross-map situation, ZT versus Double P, and a lot of people feel like Double P is a really bad situation. I would agree with that, especially against ZT. I would say it's one of the hardest matchups in 2 versus 2 in general, PP versus ZT. But cross map, I think, is going to be favorable for PP in this spot because it's going to be harder for Zerg and Terran to support each other. I think sometimes it could be a dual edge situation because also Zerg Terran can also split Protoss from also supporting each other as well. So it's kind of a two-way street there when it comes to cross map situations in PP versus ZT. It looks like Bobo's going to try to go for that 12 hatch. He's going to take that 12 hatch on his ramp here.
That was interesting to think it. He sent out 2 drones, so he like faked. Like maybe he was even planning to 12 hatch on the ramp, because that's a thing people do in 2v2.
Yeah.
We don't know if he wanted to or if he wanted to expand, but we have a gas left, by the way, as well against the Terran, who might have been planning to go mech against the double Protoss.
Oh, 100%. You're going to be going mech 99.99% against double P. So to be gassed here, it's going to force TerrOr to have to do something. He's going to have to react to that. What I like to do in this situation as TerrOr is just plant 4 SCVs onto that gas, get that gas down right away, so that I can make my gas and get up to factories. Because I don't want to play 2 rack into this situation. You could play. There's a reality where you can make a CC, but when my ally is the late pool here, I prefer to just kill that gas and get my gas up right away, and then try to get the factory up right away as well.
Yeah, I mean, so Protoss has a very strong late game if they can make their late game. Like, if they both expand, it's actually really strong to Protoss. But you really want to like abuse the rigidity and the lack of flexibility that they have in the early game and the mid game. And the best way to do that as a Terran, I would say, is to go vultures with mines. Because if you have a Zerg going Mutalisks and you have a Terran going vultures with mines, then it's like you need the observers for the mines, but they don't help you versus Mutas. And you need maybe like Corsairs or something crazy against Mutas, but that doesn't help you against the mines. So stealing that gas, actually a very good move for the Protoss team.
Yep, and we're going to get some early Zealot pressure towards Bobo here. Bobo is going to continue to make Zerglings in this spot. More Zealots are being flooded in, so Bobo's actually not... he's in danger here. This is a lot of Zealots. This is 2-gate production from both Protosses, so totaling 4. Nice positioning here from KenZy or TT1. I'm not entirely sure which Protoss.
Yeah. Oh, this is both of them here.
Okay.
So this is TT1.
Yeah, so a lot of Zealots coming in here. Bobo losing a drone to a probe, and now the Zerglings are out of position. He's going to have to drill these drones and fight this and engage.
Yeah, this is insane. And normally, there's like a time limit to stuff like this, because the first vulture will come out. But the gas left has delayed that vulture so much that we actually see a few Marines coming out to try to help. That's all we can muster right now.
Yeah, and Bobo doing such a good job of holding this. I mean, for him to have any drones here is good. TerrOr's doing his best to try to support. He's actually going to peel off one of these Zealots with his 4 Marines. Really nice job from TerrOr. Bobo has speed. Looks like his Lings are speed upgraded. Yep, they're speed upgraded. So these Marines are going to slowly knock down these Zealots on the wall. Bobo is going to be free now.
Yeah, one interesting thing you can do when you have a few Marines. Okay, they have Dragoons now, but like if they hadn't had Dragoons yet, you can actually like force them to leave the wall with a Marine. But they are of course transitioning to Dragoons now, and Zerg has been, Jiren has been hurt so much by that 2v1 that really Dragoons, like you don't have to worry about Mutalisks, so Dragoons can actually just reign supreme.
Yeah, I want to see Babo in this spot make drones. He needs to make drones. He just doesn't have enough drones. And I want to see the Protoss teams. I want to see them be poised. I want to see Robotech. I want to see things like Reaver Tech. I want to see Speed Shuttle. Right now, they know that they have a lead. They did a lot of damage to Zerg, and Terran did send some forces. So yeah, I want to see poise from the Protoss, and I want to see a strong follow-up from them heading into the mid game.
And we do see KenZy is planning to go Reaver, which I completely agree with, because like the thing is, when you don't have to fear Mutalisk for this long, because you hurt the Zerg so much, a Reaver in a shuttle, it's just so brutal because you can always counter that whenever the opponent leaves, either player, right?
Yep, exactly.
And then you can even expand yourself, because like if they ever leave, they die, so you can just expand. And when you expand, you're getting into that superior Protoss late game we talked about. That's so good in TB2. It's hard to get to, but if you get to it, it's great.
Yeah, and Protoss, one of the strengths of Double P is when you get to that sort of critical mass situation where observers are out, you're starting to clear mines, and you're starting to threaten actually attacking either the Zerg or the Terran. You can also just decide not to attack and just plant a Nexus, and like you said, kind of build up to your advantage, continue to compound on that lead. So yeah, those mines are going to go down. As Terran here, I do like to follow it up with Goliath range, because I do want to be anticipating things like Speed Shuttle and also things like Corsair. If they decide to go for that route, Goliath range does tend to be a good follow-up upgrade after mines. Obviously those mines is going to create that separation, as TerrOr is doing. He's making a Goliath here as well. Morling's being made from Babo, so this suggests with +1 melee, so this is going to suggest a timing here where they're going to try to punch one of these Protosses and really try to
well, this thing, he went to the low ground, so he could actually die to this.
Yep.
I don't know about standing down here. Like, if he's not going to expand, there's really no reason to not camp around. Like.
Yep, absolutely. Now there are 2 cannons behind this, so I think TT1 sort of measured that. But yeah, with those cannon support, he's going to be absolutely fine. He did sacrifice his 3 Zealots. Mines.
Oh, I know why he was standing down there, because he wanted to contest the mines being placed, right? So he didn't want to give him that for free, but they forced it in, and they do have mines here now.
Exactly. Yep.
That's a shuttle, I think, by the way, going to the Zerg. This is what we talked about. Like, this, okay, he seems to sense that it's coming. I think he saw it on Overlord too. But, like, even with the Zerglings here, I mean, what are you going to do? Like, this might even be game ending down.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't drone heavily. Just now reacting to it. He needs help.
Oh my days, dude. And only vultures and marines. Like, if reavers eat all of this for breakfast, this is the brutal reality of being ahead on tech in TB2. Like, if you have Mutalisks and there's no anti-air, or if you have a reaver and there's no anti-air, you just get to do stuff like this.
Well, good response here from TerrOr, getting here as quickly as he did. I really like this response time. It could have been worse, I would say. So, good response here from... Yeah, so yeah, this is sort of the consequence of going for that sort of linear style where they made all those Zerglings and made all those vultures. They you know, because they went for that style as a follow-up, there weren't Goliaths really in position anticipating that, but I think the response time from TerrOr was quite good, and that could have been much worse. So Jiren's going to try to stabilize here. Looks like he's thinking about making a Spire, but he doesn't have the... Oh, he has the money for it. Protoss is moving, though. Tank's in position.
Yeah, this is like, first of all, to check that Zerg isn't expanding, just to keep him down. But then also to see if they could go for something here, maybe. And there's that world where they kill him here, because they do have that shuttle. They could do a Bulldog.
Look at these tanks. This tank position is perfect, I think.
Yeah. One Goliath only, trying to take down the shuttle. Reaver gets unloaded. And that's going to be 1 tank down. And 1 tank remaining, though. So they could possibly hold this with the tank.
Yeah. The Protoss can't break this, can they? Not with the tank up there.
I don't think... I mean... Okay, the tank is going to splash a few of the allied links.
No way can they break this. Oh my gosh. Look at how much is left. No chance.
I mean, okay, more leads coming in. A few drones did die, so...
Talk
it's a solid
about
rally.
square peg into round hole kind of situation.
Yeah.
That's Protoss for you.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of worth it though, because they're so far out. Okay, I guess it's gonna work.
Oh my goodness, this is insane.
Killing
This
that
is all
one
drones.
tank though with a Reaver was huge, because 2 tanks and there's no way this worked.
Right.
Wow, that's a lot of
Wow.
big wins.
And there you have it. Double P winning against ZT. It's possible.
Yeah, that's
TT1
considered a
against
bad matchup actually for Protoss. It's considered in ZT favor normally.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. And for them to do what they did, and then demonstrate the poise, and then follow up and execute, it's just that was just picture perfect of how you want to play Double P that you probably can't repeat.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean,
unless
okay,
TT1 against
yeah. But we have to point out that one, they got the gas station, which is not guaranteed, because TerrOr
Yeah.
could put an SCV at the ramp. And two, he may have been trying to fast expand, and that may have been like a panic
Right.
ramp at the 12 match, you know, so... But yeah, we'll play it for sure.
All right. Well, TT1 and KenZy are going to take game 1 against Jiren and TerrOr. Who's going to take game 2?
Alright, we're ready for
Alright.
game 2. Alright, so I believe we have a random, right? So we have to look at what the races are. We got Jiren as the Zerg, top right. His teammate TerrOr, Terran at the top left. So it's going to be top versus bottom right now. So at the
PP.
bottom, GP again, because I don't know if they picked it or if it just happened.
No, I know for sure KenZy is random. I know
Okay.
for sure he's random, so this is him rolling the dice, getting Protoss again. TT1 said, let's go the same. KenZy said K. So we'll see how this... We'll see how the gameplay and the flow of it is different, top versus bottom. Whereas last game
Right.
was cross map, and see if it... Because this element, the difference here is KenZy is now further away from Babo, whereas last game with cross map, both Protosses were able to just rally Zealots because
Right.
they're again the same. It's equidistant, whereas in this case, KenZy can't get there.
That's a very good point, because they did go pretty hard at 2v1 last game, exploiting the fact that Terran was gassed over and couldn't get vultures out to help very quickly. Because Terran, of course, is weak before you have either spin or vultures, right? Now it's going to be a lot easier to even sending like one marine at the top of the ramp behind Zerglings. Even that can do a lot if you get them from the south.
Absolutely. Let's see if KenZy goes for the gas steal here. It looks like TerrOr is going to plant the gas before the barrack. I love that. And then the barrack is going to be planted right away too. So he's cutting that SCV right this second.
Yeah.
But he was able to get the gas, not get stolen, and plant the barrack at a reasonable time. So nice reaction there from TerrOr. Looks like Babo's going to like to go, was that 12 pool? Yep.
Yeah, and he hasn't taken gas yet, so he might be going for a hatchery, which of course this probe could be an issue for. But I want to point out that he delayed his barracks to get the gas, right?
Yeah, he made the gas
Right.
and the barrack. Yep.
Exactly. Now, if you do that in 1 versus 1 and your opponent proxy gated you, you die. But,
Oh, absolutely. That's a
You-
great point.
like, you can take the risk if you think he's 12x and behind it, but you die to a proxy. But in 2 versus
Right.
2, like, are you really gonna expect a proxy game? Probably
Right.
not, right? Because then the 9 pool speed or something would just destroy it. So,
Right.
very intelligent to go for that here in this case.
Yeah, and also in 1 versus 1, like worst case, you're getting proxied and you just die, and then like economically you're cutting SCVs like 1-on-1. You don't want to do that, but in 2 versus 2, you make that sacrifice because you don't want to be in a position where you're killing your gas and delaying your ability to get up the tech. So you kind of give that up. You sacrifice the economy part just to not be denied your gas against double P, which is absolutely critical. So. Yeah, Babo this time around is going to elect to make that insurance sunken, which is going to give him more liberty with his Zerglings that are out. So it's going to really put more pressure on double P because they won't be able to just rally into Babo's main and kill him. And Babo needs to use these lings very smartly and try to either cut things off or maybe force the Protoss momentum to shift. In any case, they're going to continue to push here. Babo needs to defend this. It's kind of the dance, the early dance that he had some difficulty with.
And the placement of the sunken is a little bit unfortunate because it doesn't cover the ramp, so we could have a walk by here.
He needed to stuff that before they got in, but he did get some pot shots off. He needs to be smart with what can come subsequent to these first two they got in. But yeah.
Overall, though, he's doing okay because he has a few Zerglings already on the ramp in case there's another walk by attempt, and then there's the sunken helps, right? And this is like on a timer because the vultures are coming and the mines are coming, and when that happens, you know, these units out here are just dead. The isolated units.
Yeah, Babo needs to prioritize these 5 zealots right here. They can't get in.
Yeah, he's doing what he needs to, I think.
Oh,
he
great job.
Them in range of the sunken.
Yep. Now, KenZy and the TT1, I feel like a missed opportunity. They needed to be hitting these drones a lot sooner.
Yeah, at the same time, I agree.
Yep.
So, better execution so far. Much better start for, you know, Jiren, also known as Babo and TerrOr. Vultures are going to be out any second now.
The pro got the drone!
Okay, so down to 6 drones now. I mean, they did certainly cause some damage. And what's good about this is, it's delaying the Mutalisks. So again, we can have a Reaver and a Shuttle before Mutas, which is a big deal. We actually see a Stargate already, so I don't know if this is for a scout, because I mean, it seems a bit early to be going for Corsairs, because you don't need the anti-Muta just yet.
Yeah, it could be scout. Ooh, Vulture getting in here, but TT1 real nerd there with the probe. Vulture gets in. TerrOr, you know this.
Scouting the Stargate, big deal.
Yeah, big deal. Now there are Marines at Babo, so he could defend them against Corsair. Scout, not so much. Oh, yeah, but nice pressure here. Oh,
this could be death.
There's a gap.
I think that's actually a dead Protoss right there.
There's more links coming.
Yeah, they can just get the pylon and it's rip.
Babo is kind of like the Jadong of 2 versus 2. Whenever, you know that quote from Jadong that says, instead of making drones, make lings, even when you have 3 drones.
Yeah, right. And he's just such a berserk. He just pounces.
This is Babo, man. Look at how many lings there are. This is absolutely insane. Dude. What a follow-up. Just, you can't, he smelled blood in the water now.
It's pretty sweet counterattack against Terran, but here's the thing, like, Terran can just run away with his SCVs to his ally's base, and then his ally can come back with the links and clean up, so it's actually not as dangerous.
GG. GG. Great execution there from TerrOr and Babo. Now, KenZy's still in this game here. I guess he's gonna try to just get some micro practice in. Alright, GG.
Yeah, the only way KenZy could have won that is like if he had been rushing, and I mean like really rushing Reaver, he could have killed Zerg with the Reaver maybe, and then faded out, but he didn't have it.
Yeah. These guys, Babo and TerrOr, I mean, they're gonna, when they smell blood in the water, they're gonna put their foot on your throat. Like they don't let up. They don't take their foot off the gas pedal. Put it, you know, to put it exactly. They are, if they see any opportunity to end the game, they're gonna take it. So in that situation where they weren't able to do as much damage to Babo early on, they need to be more poised. In that case, TT1, after killing the drone in the main, his Zealot was a little bit, an inch too much to the left, and Zealot, the Zerglings were able to sneak in there and end him. But yeah, that's a tough one, but you gotta always be ready when you're playing against Babo. That's
I gotta tell you though, it was a good idea because even if he plays perfectly and he closes the wall, you know that range isn't ready for Dragoons yet. So you know you could have a Vulture pick up away the Zealots at the round. Yeah. And that's gonna like allow the links to get in. So it was a really good idea, even though what happened wasn't guaranteed.
Yeah, so game 1 was kind of like picture perfect for the double P team, whereas second game it was kind of like it's almost like psychological because you can tell very clearly that Babo and TerrOr didn't have like a mentality to get into mid game. There were just too many Vultures and Zerglings that were produced for them to have that mentality. So that's gonna kind of keep TT1 and KenZy in the back of their mind. If they do roll double P again, they might elect to not be as aggressive early on, or maybe they might over make defense or what have you. But there's a mental aspect there that I think is now in their mind because they have that card, you know, that sort of we're gonna kill you mindset. So
yeah, we'll see how they choose to play game 3.
Happens. Yeah.
So yeah, we're about to go into game 3, and we'll see if they play aggro again or if they change it up.
Yep. All right, let's get into it.
All right, so who are we looking at here? This is this TerrOr up here? Probably, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so TerrOr got Terran and his ally Bobo, also known as Jiren and Zerg, so playing the TC again. Now I want to see the races for KenZy. So we got TT1 Protoss. And Protoss again. So 3 times in a row getting Protoss.
Yeah, I know for sure he's going random. I swear to you, he's not picking P. Not many teams purposefully pick P. Put it that way. But on Sparkle, it's kind of different. It's a little bit different. Like double P on a ramp map, not an island map, is different than a PP on an island map. So we'll see kind of how these players play. But one of the things I would say on Sparkle, so Sparkle to me is a ZP map. It's very and one of the advantages of that is because Protoss can make an early Corsair, which pairs very nicely with early Muta in terms of getting an air superiority, which is often good on an island map. So so Bobo actually going for Overgas here. Interesting choice in that Overgas has a pretty slow layer timing because your pool is late, but it's going to give you that gas boost.
Yeah, so when you get to there, you can do more stuff.
Yeah. So so clearly showing what he plans to do, and TerrOr, I would imagine, is gonna think about maybe going like Goliaths with dropships, something like that.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but like in 2 versus 2, this seems like an unexplored kind of map because I mean people generally don't play on island maps, right? So like which races are even the best? Like we don't even know. I have to imagine what the best compositions. Like I guess people have different beliefs and stuff, but like we don't really know for sure, do we?
I mean, there's not a ton of data, but when you see like TT1 to me is a very good Protoss example on this map where he can really abuse it. He's very good with the build orders needed to hit early Corsair timings. Ooh, double Nexuses from the Protosses. Clearly they want to go for a longer macro style game. So so for them to go for an early Nexus here, this means that they need to, the mindset is, we're not going to die and we need to hold by ourselves because there's no chance that either of us can help each other. We're thinking we're going to win this later in the game. Like this is not a 10-minute game. This is not a 12-minute game. Like this is going to be a long game. And we're both going to defend against anything they do without any information.
Yeah,
because one of the advantages
1v2, you know, to survive.
Yeah, so if Zerg Terran here goes for like early Goliath dropships with Muta, then both of them need to be able to deal with that. So you got to deal with the Muta and the Goliaths, and it's like, what do you do against it? Because one of the advantages on Sparkle, at least from my standpoint with ZP, is that Protoss can make Corsair so early, and what you can do with that Corsair is do 2 things. You can kill Overlords, and you can also get information. And that's really important, because if you see the Terran making a CC, that changes everything. If you see a Terran make a starport, that changes everything. So the advantage of Protoss, to me, on this map, is your ability to make Corsair, not need make things like Zealots or whatever, because nothing's going to kill you. So the information is really important. They're giving that up to make that Nexus first. So they need to have that 1 versus 2 sort of mindset, at least from a defensive standpoint, because they're not going to be doing anything offensive anytime soon. So we'll see kind of how they deal with it. I wonder.
Yeah, and they're even getting 2 gates because they know that there's such a good chance they're going to get attacked by like a fast drop, Mutalisk, stuff like that. They know they need to mute it now. But you're just not dying. We do actually see 2 with Wraith. He was considering going for drop, but he changed his mind.
This is so strong. This is so strong. I've seen this against Double P Starport because the scans can kill observers, and if
this is a mistake, I think, because they already have the barracks scouting, so there's no need to also scout with them.
Yeah, that's kind of redundant. Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, that's just a blocker. That's unfortunate for Jiren and TerrOr.
2 cannons minimum. See, TT1 has a really strong sense. Terran could do something like this. They could go raids. Oh, that's
now on mobile maps. Protoss is great late game, but difficult early. Do you think that's true on island maps also? That they have a strong late game ratio?
Yeah. I think 4-base Protoss is stronger than a lot of other equivalent 4 bases.
Got it. Well, I mean, if they're gonna survive this, they're certainly setting up to get that late game with double Nexus first or double fast expand.
Yep, yep.
Right, so first meteors are gonna come out, and like they need to make something happen here, honestly, because
Dude, these are drones, man.
drones.
They're not
Okay,
even,
no,
they're not even.
Oh, okay, so they're thinking, all right, we're just okay, but this is weird because
Oh, this is playing into PP's favor.
What?
They're countering macro with more macro, and they're hoping that they over defend so that.
But then the Terran isn't macroing. Terran 2 would Wraith, so I don't see the synergy here, where it's like Zerg is counter macro, right? But the Terran really isn't.
Yeah.
So I don't know if this is gonna be like.
Yeah, you kind of can't like meet in the middle. You can't be in the middle. You kind of have to both be swinging in the same direction. I agree with you on that. Because the strength of them in game 2 was that they were both super aggro, and in this spot, Babo is being drone heavy, whereas because they could 2 versus 1 one of them, right? Like they have the right of action. They can decide on where the first fight is, but in this case, wraiths are being made. CC, I guess, is being planted down as well, but Babo is drone, like only drone, pure drone.
Okay, it looks like the Terran Zerg attack should be coming any moment now. Because, I mean, if they're going to attack, and I assume they are, because Terran didn't fast expand, it would have to be hitting soon. So maybe something like a Mutalisk flood from 3 gas, plus the Wraith or something?
I'm telling you, it needs to happen soon, because these guys, you give them time, especially off of 4 base. Like 3 Stargates, like that, to me, that's like, okay, we're behind on air, let's catch up. Let's add 3 Stargates. Let's get our core spinning. Let's get our +1 shield. Like, this is where Protoss can single-handedly win air against Wraith and Muta. If you give them time, they will do it. So
yeah, Corsairs are just busted. And actually, even now, they have so much money, they could even go speed scouts. Like, I'm not trolling.
Alright, well, I don't know about speed scouts, but Corsairs enough will be very, very...
like, if the game goes on long enough, because, like...
Yeah.
Always the Corsairs wreck Wraiths, Corsairs wreck Mutalisks. They don't wreck Devourers, though. I know that's like a long... I mean, we could get there.
We could get there. We could get there. And if it I hope it gets there. My mouth is like salivating just thinking
okay,
about
here we go,
that.
first attack.
Oh, that's a lot of cannons, though.
If he suicides on the cannons and there's no observer, that's gonna make the Wraiths very strong. So
right.
There might be able to go for it. It's gotta watch out with the Corsairs, though. The Corsairs do so much damage to the Wraiths. It's actually insane.
They can see. They can't see it.
Okay, now I can see it. So we got the Wraiths hunting him down. The only... Okay, yeah, he's got a cannon there. If he wants to save his expansion, the only way he can do that is to attack his own Corsair next to the Wraith for splash. And that's not really feasible, but you also have Mutas to deal with.
The other Protoss needs to send an observer ASAP. He can save it.
Yeah, I mean, the time is running out, but they still have a lot of it.
Yeah.
Because the Nexus is a beefy building.
So I think it's TT. This is KenZy getting harassed right now, I believe.
Oh yeah, KenZy on the left. Okay.
Yeah. So TT1, he's gonna take this time to take a Nexus. What,
yeah. Oh, it's actually TT1 getting attacked.
Oh, it's TT1. Okay.
TT1's on the left, KenZy on the right. So
got it.
What is KenZy doing, you think? Oh yeah, here's the observer. So Wraiths are no longer a problem.
This is that 1 versus 2 mindset. KenZy's not helping. He's only going to help in the form of an observer. Right now, KenZy's taking another bit. Yeah, KenZy needs to depend on TT1 not dying and being able to secure that second base again. And he needs to take that time to say, okay, they just lost a bunch of stuff at my ally. I'm going to take this opportunity to take another base so I can get bigger. There's still a lot more supply that I can take.
Style, actually,
yeah, it's such a Protoss style, but also it's how you play this map. And I really like the way that they're playing it. And now that 3 Stargate Corsair that TT1's building,
it's gonna be insane, dude.
Yeah, you gotta think he's gonna win air eventually.
Yeah, the Wraiths are actually so weak to Corsair, like it's actually insane. Now they're trying to get this expansion again.
Oh, that's a lot of Muta.
That's a lot of units indeed. Now, okay,
that's
so
too much.
Looks like they're finally gonna get it, which is great. But keep in mind, the other Protoss is taking a third, so...
Oh my gosh.
You know, game will go on.
Server. Oh no, he's gonna lose this by the skin of his teeth, but you gotta think, is it too much? Was the cost too much to kill this?
All of the counter-attack, dude. There's nothing here. There's nothing here. They focused so hard on killing one base, just literally an expansion.
The Terror stop losing rates?
No, it's just they're losing so many to Corsairs. He doesn't have too many. He's got like 1 tank in his main, I think. So he should be able to save. Well, actually, he's got lift that CC. Oh, there we go. So he should be able to save the CC because he got. I mean, I hope he has siege mode. Actually. If he doesn't have siege mode,
he doesn't have siege mode. That's why he's making a bunk. There's no chance he's got siege mode. I mean, this is like no units though. 4 speed lots.
Dude, that's sick.
Oh man.
Okay, alright, so I thought there were Reavers for some reason. I assumed that, but there weren't. So this is still pretty good though, because like, okay, he's delaying mining, right? And it's like not a big deal. The Corsairs are stuck.
Oh man.
It's not a big deal that they launched an expansion when they're also delaying the Terran Expo for this long.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I'm really liking PP's edge right now. You gotta be worried about KenZy because now TT1's gonna win air and he just lost his second base, but he's still gonna win air because he's Protoss. And now KenZy's on 3 base, and he's the leader in supply at 91. So TerrOr is gonna try to get his second base up. The fact that Babo's been building so many mutas and Scourge, it feels like he's not gonna be able to pivot into a late game scenario very easily.
Yeah.
He's gonna have to drone up. But as this continues,
it's
favorable for TT1. I think TT1 just wins air, man.
Yeah, you know, in a 1-versus-1 situation, you can go mute a Scourge and eventually ensnare the Corsairs.
Right.
But if there are 2 Protoss opponents, like, I don't know, dude, like, you go for all of that and a Reaver counterpatching your base, like, it's just not the same.
Yeah. Yeah, so TerrOr continuing to build upon that Wraith fleet. They're gonna try again, and TT1 is not gonna stop making Corsair. And I don't know what the upgrades are on those Corsairs, but I gotta think it's at least +1. He's got
+1. That's pretty sick. He's got shields.
I think
it's actually good.
This is gonna get bounced back. I think he's got too much Corsair. What do you think? I think he's gonna bounce back.
If the cannons were finished, it'd be totally safe. As it is now, though, like, if he just focuses on the raids first, like, look at how quickly they die. Immediately raids fall. Here come the Scourge though.
This is playing into Protoss.
Yeah, because he's just absorbing attacks while his ally grows out of control, dude. Like, he's gonna be disgustingly strong. Like, he might even be getting a recall at this point. They've left him alone for so long.
Yeah. If I'm KenZy, I'm taking another Biz.
And they say the expo. Yeah, I mean, for sure, like, build cannons on the islands in the middle. That's a win condition right there. If you fortify those with cannons.
Yeah, what are you worried about? The Wraiths?
Right, yeah. A few flimsy Mutalisks? No way, dude. So, I mean...
Alright, well, Babo being...
Yep.
But Babo did make macro hatchery, so he will drone, he will get up to Hive. You know, he's a solid macro player, so he can...
Yeah, you can Midas expand on this if you ever make it to Hive.
Yeah, he's gonna have to. He's gonna have to.
So I really think that... you know, you should drop like a few Lagoons and take those out if you get the chance. The Niduses, I mean,
right
on the islands, or the creep colonies or whatever they are. But yeah, like Protoss on even basis is pretty strong. Protoss ahead of base, that's just out of control.
I mean, let's be real here. If one Protoss can win air against both Zerg and Terran, it's broken. I mean, like,
yeah,
this is not.
So, like, we got these mass shuttles, right? One Protoss is going Corsair, the other one's going mass shuttle. And he may not be able to kill anyone, but they're preventing the enemy from expanding. So if they can just take and hold the islands, although he's going for this attack here,
oh,
I don't think
you're gonna let him drop.
Oh,
there's an Archon in there. There's an Archon.
And there may not be enough sunken colonies there.
Yeah. They're out of position. They needed to contest air together.
Yeah, stop the drop, I guess, but like, yeah, I suppose that's what you need to do, but that's the problem when you're trying to stop drops with air, you don't know where it's going to drop, and you have to like, try to predict it, and you can't really, so.
You gotta have a spread, you gotta make a line. That's the only way.
Yeah, but then if you make a line, and he sends all his air units on part of the line, he kills you there, so it's like really annoying to try to... But yeah, anyway, they left KenZy alone for so long, and now he's just killing everyone. He just grew out of control.
And it's GG. Wow.
So Protoss wins. All 3 games, or Protoss random, in parentheses, Protoss, I guess.
That is just showing off, man.